Hello and welcome. Today is not a tutorial, it is a walkthrough of how I created this particular scene. Now what's on the screen is from a tutorial that hasn't got very big numbers, so not many of you will have seen it. And it's just character creator, characters just walking along. This character here. Now, this is a combination of Daz Studio and character creator to create this particular character here. It took a while. I used the skin gen plugin to do the skin, etc. And that's the character I want to work with today. Now, in my mind, I could see more of them. So in order to do that, I'm going to simply go to all of these and I'm going to set to whatever that character is. Right, okay. Next, they all seem to be using an anim class. This one here. That is not going to be necessary, this particular anim class, because if I open that up, this animation blueprint is just a walk in place. So obviously I'm going to have to replace that. So what I think I will do is take all of these and simply parent them to the first one. I'm going to actually rename all these now. Right, so let me see what animations we currently have. Right, so that's the one we've just been using. Right, so what I think is, let me think about how I want to do this. Usually I would do it with a master pose component, but I want to do something different today. Forgive me, I had a crash there. What you seen on screen, I haven't jumped ahead or anything. This is from the previous tutorial. This is the scene I've set up. I will get to that in a while, but obviously these are our 5 characters on screen right now. And as you can see under this lighting, the character actually looks better. And once we get everything in place, it will look okay. Right, so what I wanted to do before the crash was I have this IK rig for my character, create for character. Okay, what I want to do is I don't want to touch that one, and I'm going to duplicate this one and maybe call this we'll call it CC4 and zombie. And then I'm going to open that up. I'm going to set the preview mesh to a lesion character. There we go. And compile. You will notice this has got cloth sim on it as well. I'm not going to be able to show you how I created the character. I've deleted all the original source files. But basically I imported it into the engine and then I cloth painted these dangling things, and that's it. That's all I did. Again, that's beyond the scope of what I want to do today. I just want to create a scene, but I am going to do tutorials on stuff like that. Okay, so let's close that. No, in fact, let's leave that one open, and I just want to double check everything. Yep, that's all good. What I want to do though is reset the pose and save. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to now create an IK retargeter. And this is just going to allow me to switch between different animations from different rigs. So what I want to do is choose CC4 zombie for this, and we will call this IKR zombie. and open that up. And then in the target, I'm just going to do the same CC4 zombie. For now, this is just for now. And the preview mesh we'll set to UnrealEngine top character. Save. So now if I click, I am going to get some proper zombie animations in here in a while, but for now this is what I'm working with. Save. Okay, so that might seem pointless, but if I decide to switch animations, say I want to use UE5 animations or something, or I want to take character creator 4 animations and perhaps I want to add some character in here who's not rigged to this particular skeleton, I can now do that. I thought I'd already created one before I started this, but obviously I haven't. So I'm going to go to common and animation. There we go. Oh, blueprints. And I want to create an animation blueprint. And I want to base that on... Hang on, let me just make sure I know what skeleton this is actually using before I go any further. CC4 common. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to create an animation blueprint. And that's my phone. CC4 common. Create. And we're going to call this CC4 zombie EP, and open that up, and I'm going to take retarget pose from mesh. There we go. And here I want to choose my IKR zombie IK retargeter. Hit compile, save, and I want to set the preview mesh on this to apply to asset, compile, and save. That's it. We're all set up. And now I can close that, and we can go back to our character blueprint and go to 2, use animation blueprint, and then find that animation blueprint we just created, and there we go. And again, and again. There we go. So now whatever we feed into one, whatever animation we feed into one, will now apply to all of them. And more importantly, we don't have to do anything in the construction script with the master pose component and anything. This is just live retargeting. Okay, obviously it's what I can quickly show you, I suppose, is what I'm trying to do here. Let me just set that up for you. Right, so basically this is what I mean. At any time I can switch characters. So all I've done, I've added Mane and an anim class, and inside this anim class I have this animation blueprint. Okay, so, and then I've added the retarget pose from mesh node, and here I've created an IK retargeter, which if we open it up, is just our zombie character to Mane. Okay, and that's just straightforward. That I've covered that in many tutorials. It's just character creator for character and Mane from the third person template. And with the retarget pose from mesh node, it does a reasonable job. It's not always perfect, but anyway, that shows you. So that could be a Daz character. It could be a custom character, something you created in Maya or something, or Blender. You get the general idea. Anyway, let's delete Mane for now. And I'm going to close this because I don't need it. Right, so I'm going to need some zombie animations, so I need to go and locate those now. So what I've done is I've come to Mixamo, and I kind of like this. Yep, I like that one, so I'm going to download that one. Hit download. I want without skin. And yep, that's fine. I also want to get this walking animation, so we have some variation. I'm going to download that. I also want this thriller idle. And that's it, because I only want to create something short today, so that should be enough for the sequence. Next, what I'm going to do, you may want to do it different depending on how you work, but I'm going to be taking these animations into iClone. Right, here we are inside iClone. We're going to pull in the idle first. We want Mixamo default character, and I want to create a folder zombie, and yep, that's all good. Okay, so we should now have our Mixamo animation. Yep, perfect. Right, next I want to do one of the walking ones, so drag that in. All I'm doing is dragging the FBX file from a screen you can't see. It's just a file browser. I can't really show you that today. Let me just double check. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so I've got these downloaded FBX files and I'm just simply dragging them in. So let's do this one. A Mixamo default character, convert all. Right, so what I have now is this one as well. Okay. And then finally, I'm going to drag in the last one. I'm having real problems because I've been away. Everything was packed away, and now all my screens are not working out as they should. They're all mixed up. Right, so we are onto this zombie walk. So I just drag that in, and the dialog pops up. This time, I want to make sure I place it in the correct folder. Zombie. Oops, and set that to default Mixamo character. That's it. Fantastic. And I think that is it for now. Yep. Okay, so what I'm going to actually do now is just get rid of that character. I don't actually have the avatar for the character I'm using, so it is based upon Camilla, so it should work out fine. Right, so I'm going to make sure it works on this character. Okay, now normally I would use character creator at this point, but I'm going to try and just stick with iClone because not everybody has both. So I'm going to export FBX and Unreal 60 frames per second. It needs to be range, and I want to set it to that range. I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to export that. And now I'm going to repeat the process for the rest of our animations. And with that done, I'm going to close iClone now and go back to UnrealEngine 5. Right then, back in UnrealEngine 5, and now obviously we need to import our animations. So animation and new folder, and call this zombie. And what I want to do now is find those animations and import them. So I would do that by going to there, and here they are. I want to disable this for now. Okay. And for skeleton, I'm just going to choose CC4 common. I'm going to uncheck import mesh. I want to make sure that custom sample rate is set to 60, and I'm happy with that. Import all. With the animation files all cleaned up, I've now got an idle, a zombie walk 1, a zombie to walk 2. If we open them up, this is what we have. Fantastic. What I have done is gone up to preview mesh, choose this character, and then when this dialog pops up, apply to asset, and I've done that to all 3. Save all. So now if we go back to our character blueprint, here it is, and I go to our first mesh, and I set that to, let's find zombie walk 1, and fantastic. You can see where my brain is going now. In the editor window, this is what we have. Let me just switch to cinematic viewport now, and camera. Let me just pull the camera out and down. The feet are going through the ground. That is something that I should have paid attention to, really. For now, I would just raise it up, but it's something that I would normally spend a lot more time, if I have to, if you're going to be seeing their feet, I would spend time making sure their feet look like they're actually touching the ground. But I don't think in this I'm going to be doing that. I do want to look up though, like this. Look, I am now going to create some kind of background for this. Some sort of scene. I do have an idea, and so I'm going to have a think about how I want to achieve that. So give me a moment. I think what I will go for is this fantasy cave environment here. Okay then, so I've opened up the map for the cave environment I got from the Epic Marketplace, and this was a free asset at the time, and all I've done is switch to unlit mode. And I'm trying to establish where I would like the shot to be. But what I'm going to do is actually, I'm not going to work here. I'm going to just copy everything here from lights. I don't want the... No, I will take the post-process volume. Let's have a look. Yep, I'm just going to select everything except the gameplay stuff. And let me make sure I get a proper copy. And then I'm going to switch back to... it was CC7, wasn't it? Yep. And I'm just going to try and paste everything here. First thing I want to do is click on my characters and rotate them. I want a little bit of space behind. I might change this, but I do want a little bit of space behind. So I'm gonna first, I just want to select all my lighting, and that's it, I think, isn't it? Yep. Okay. Oh no, there's some more in there. I probably should have grouped these before I did this. Let me just... Yeah, that's it. And I want to rotate it 90 degrees. And then I want to get rid of the backdrop. And... Yep. So what I want to do now is come here. Like so. Pull the characters up further. There we go. And... find my camera, see, snap object to view, go to cinematic mode, choose the anamorphic camera, set it where I need it, which in this case is there, go to lit mode, Okay, then I want to... This anamorphic camera, by the way, is purchased from the Epic Marketplace. It doesn't work that well all the time, but for some shots, I quite like it. It's just I can never remember how to use it. Right, draw a debug focus plane, and we want to be there, like this. Yep, I'm happy with that. And so now, this is what we have. Okay, what I want to do now is create a level sequence. New folder. I'm actually going to create a folder for this one. We'll call it Zombie. And we will call this Zombie 1. Okay, and I want to set it to 24 frames per second. Save all. And then I'm not completely happy with the anamorphic camera at the minute, but I will work with it for now. And so I've dragged that in. I probably do want to set that to there, and but I want to drag it backwards and down. See, it's not really giving me what I was hoping for. I mean, I like the shot, I do. What about a wide shot? Maybe. Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go for a wide shot. Okay, I'm happy with that. Save, and then I'm going to do a save all in case we have a crash. And I have also my camera animations from the Cinemotion pack, which is available on an Epic Marketplace. It just gives like a camera shake. I think I want to go for something quite extreme. This might be too much, but let's have a look. See how the camera's moving? I will put it up further in a moment. I am going to adjust all the lighting and everything as well. Right, let's set this to 1000 frame. No, it was probably... Can't remember how long the animation was. 260. We'll get there. Right, so I'm going to drag that all the way along. And hit save all again. I just want to open the level blueprint, make sure I have this node set up, which sets cinematic mode. Save, and hit play. Right, so we have lighting needs to be rebuilt on 911 objects. Okay, right, let's disable texture streaming. I'm just in the console here setting r.texture streaming to 0. No, okay, good. So now if I hit play again, right, I want the reflection captures gone. I don't need them. Get rid of that, and save all. Hit play. We should have no errors now. There we go. Right, so what I want to do is just quickly set this so as it moves along, it raises up, rotates. So let me just to there, like this. And like that. Okay, so when I hit, let me just save all again, because we never know when we're going to get a crash. Save all. I mean, it's not movie quality camera movement, is it? But it's doing what it's supposed to, I think. By about there. Yep. Right. So what I want to do now is actually find my character. I want to drag that in. Save. And I want to choose my first body, the one at the front. And I actually want to add the animation here. So animation, which was Zombie Walk 1. And how long actually was it? It wasn't very long, was it? Right, so I'm actually going to extend this to half the play rate, so they're walking a lot slower. And let's see what happens now. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. And hit play, and my PC is now starting to scream. Right, I just took a break, and what I did during the break is I've changed the background slightly. So I've changed all the lighting to blue. I'm not entirely happy with it, so I'm going to actually show you what I've done. So see all these lights behind that actually came with the map. So I just changed them all to blue, but these ones in particular, I'm happy with them being blue, but I do want to perhaps make them a little brighter. So probably, let me see if I can turn it up instead. Yeah, possibly like that. I often change the lighting quite a lot when I'm doing scenes or still photography style scenes. It's not photography, is it? It's you know, stills. If you've been on my Instagram, you know that's what I like to do to relax. With this one, I want it to be red again. I'm just interested to know what that would look like. I do want it to be half blue. I may work with that. And let me just hit save. Right, we do have a main light up here. And this is possibly the one I want to play with some more. Yeah. You see? So I still want it to be cold, but I want to be able to see this brickwork. So what I'm actually going to do is just go like this and just turn that down slightly, and then I want go back to cinematic viewport, and I'm going to hit play, and let's see what happens. Let's full screen this and hit play. I think now I've done that, the blue and the purple at the back is probably too much, especially because this is red. So there we go. This is how I always do things. It's just trial and error. But I do love like stylized colors. Let me just go to this purple one at the back, and we will just take away the blue and set that to red. And then we'll go to this one here, and I actually want to just lighten it slightly like this, and I think that's going to be okay. Let's have a play with that. Press play, and let's have a look. Yeah, I'm much happier with that hour. That is because I've brought in the red light from the previous tutorial. I need the red light to be coming from somewhere in the scene, and I think if it's coming from back behind the characters, that actually does work. So let's more. Again, I will probably change this multiple times normally. Yeah, I am happy with that. I'm not entirely sure I'm happy with the lighting here now. It's a little bright. So Let me stop this. I'm going to get a crash. I know I am. There we go. Let me deal with this. I'm hoping I haven't lost too much. Right, so it was this light I wanted to change, obviously. Maybe make it slightly darker. Like so. Take out the green, maybe? No. No. 0.5. I do want it to be cold, so I'll take out all the red. I do actually like the slight green, and I'm happy with everything else. Let me go to advanced. Oh wow. Right, so let me open up our level sequence. Hit play, and let's see what happens now. I mean, I do like that, but it is rather bright, isn't it, the light? So let's zoom back out. And what if I moved it slightly away? Like this. And let's 200. Let's darken it up slightly. And there we go. 50 maybe. Okay, so have we got a post process in here? Let me let's get rid of that MetaHuman pack one, and what we got here. So let's do exposure and metering mode. I do want to go to just set all those. Play. So what we got now? Let's have a look. I'm sorry I'm not really explaining what I'm doing here. It's more about watching how I do things. I actually do like that, you know. I didn't want this bright light behind them, but I kind of like that. I really do. If you would like to support the channel, you can go to the link in the description and buy me a coffee from buymeacoffee.com. Alternatively, you can click the thanks button underneath this video and help that way. That's the end of this part. I will continue in part 2.